Good morning, Rabbi Sai. One of the most beautiful good morning, Rabbi Sais. We are back in the dining room with less than a minyan. Okay, Baruch Hashem brings back those memories, but it's a little more geschmack now. A little bit more, just a little bit more geschmack. The news, so that if in 5 years from now I go back to this year, I'll know myself. At about 1 o'clock in the morning, there's one of those very scary alarms that come off your phone, and you can't make it the volume lower, and it jars you, and it says that there are incoming missiles. So when there are incoming missiles, the first thing you do is you go to the window, you go to the porch, and Baruch Hashem here in Bet Shemesh, no sirens. But there were a lot of incoming missiles and fireworks. Crazy stuff. Crazy. You see what? There's two sets of I think I might have missed the second set. I don't know where I was at the second set. But the incoming, there's no sirens here in Bet Shemesh. There's sirens all over Bet Shemesh, all the Yeshuvim. Now there's one bomb did you guys hear that one bomb that just went for over a minute?
Yes.
What was that? I don't know what that was. That started me. Yes, like is that the nuclear? What is that exactly? Because usually it's a very loud. Then you see the evaporation in the atmosphere. Some of them just evaporate. They go like that, but you're not supposed to hear that so much. So the ones that you hear, and then you see pieces falling very, very quickly towards the earth, and then you say, "What did it hit?" Baruch Hashem, I heard that. I don't think there's anything. I don't think anything got hit. So that was last night, just to give the Olam a little bit of a. But I think first we had a sense of security. They only sent 1 or 2 during the day. It's like, oh, they're running out of missiles. They're running out of launchers. But then they sent like 25 or something. So it's not over. The Roy says it's not over. We still, and I don't. This whole idea of having this sense of we're great, we're doing unbelievable, we're about to wipe them off. And then there's a certain sense of like, we don't have to say Tehillim even. It's push. It's like not even a war anymore. I think that's wrong. We're in a very dangerous matzav still, but we don't know it. We don't feel it. So here's a Baruch Shalom. This is my 14-year-old son Yisrael waiting for surgery. Sorry, I have to put it together here. On a broken knee. Listening to that, guys, even if you see it over here, doesn't mean that the Olam sees it. So remind me. Like I have to remember to do the button, especially when Avrami goes on his smoke break.
Push the button. Push the button.
Listening to the Daf share, he joined the Makis Daf Beis. It just means I love him. I joined the Yevamis Daf Beis. He joined the Makis Daf Beis. I joined the Yevamis Daf Beis. Thanks for the amazing shiurim. Yours, Pinchas Goldberg, Refuah Shleima to this 14-year-old bacher. Ralph Grosskopf. This is for you, Avram. I just threw it in here. Please adjust the new camera and remove the automatic services. After you showed that it swivels for the rest of the shear, your cupboards went forward and backwards as you shuckled and made me dizzy. So it's my fault. I guess I touched something over here and I made there's an automatic. It follows you. Good. It's not following me.
Maybe ask if you're sure it's your fault or not his fault.
It's always Avrami's fault, and I'm just being nice. I'm taking from him. Can you please announce? Listen to this, Rabbi Sai. Can you please announce that the Cleveland Siyum will be honored with having modern Rosh Yeshivas tells B'Chover Mageses G'dola HaTorah, Rav David Goldberg, as the guest speaker. Very, very choshev. Oh, it's not on. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Yishkoyach. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. When it's not on, these things. Right, even the charts during this year, I have to. It's a little. There's certain things that I see you don't. That's what I'm saying. This doesn't show what. This shows what I'm seeing. Right. I'm saying even without knowing, just remind me. Let me shut it. Let's see. Oh. Do you see this one? Yeah. Reb Eli, I like the way they write it in here. I think Benny started that. Reb Eli. It's like one word. Reb Eli היקר, קפצתי לבקר את אח שלי. I came to see my brother, Shloimi, בנגריה בנתיבות. He works in a something, carpentry. He works in carpentry, yeah, you'll hear. And I caught him hot, doing the daf. Instead of listening to the news in Actualia. What's Actualia? Actualia?
Missiles. Actually.
Okay, but there's such a thing. Actualia. From here. Here we go. I don't know, he listens to it.
Actually, looks real. It's a shot of the
Yeah.
Can I shift up?
Oh, Ematis. 2 people from the UK. Reb Shomer lives now here in Ramat B'Shemesh, originally from the UK.
He's making Aliyah.
He is making Aliyah then? So the shir did change his life. There's no shaykhs. Rabbi said the Masechta is sponsored by Anonymous. Oh, I just want to say here another thing that we could say here. In the middle of davening, we had a siren. Well, not a siren, a warning that there's going to be a siren. So we had to start like what do we do? Like, do we start Baruch Hu, and then so then we went quick. Shamshi was diving for the Amud, and then it's like we're Shema, no siren yet, so let's go Shema quick. What happens if you start Shmones? You're not knowing if there's a siren. What do you do exactly? But Baruch Hashem, we got the warning. Same thing like at night. We got the warning that there was missiles in Eretz Yisrael, but not in Beit Shemesh. So Baruch Hashem, went through davening. A minyan mitzumtzum we have here exactly we had 11 people and Baruch Hashem. Anonymous, Hatzlacha Yashua, ובגשמיות, ולזכות אחינו בני ישראל. That's the Masechta sponsor. Monthly sponsor, Eli Dyckman, לעילוי, nishmas, Shimon, Aryeh ben Rifka, TCS Israel, powered by TALKNSAVE. Weekly sponsors for the Hatzlacha and Yashua for Yehuda ben Rifka, may Hashem save and protect. Mlbado. Daily sponsors Anonymous as a gratitude for my first ever Torah without trauma, TWT, Torah without trauma, and as a zchut and shmira for Reb Eli in these challenging times. Wow. My friend Avi Kamler just texted me, it's on my screen, that his daughter made it home for the wedding. Today's the wedding. And to go through Sharm el Sheikh, to go through Egypt is a whole, it's 12 hours to basically get there and situate yourself. It's a 36-hour trip, basically. You're saying it's a 36-hour journey. So just to go there, it's a little scary. And then to get to the airport, they say it could be dangerous, whatever.
It's 2 hours driving to the desert.
That's what. It's not by the Eilat border. You have to go through the desert, and there's sometimes you get kidnapped, sometimes you don't. It's going through the whole chemid barriers. But if you have to go. You have to go. Yeah. No, they said there's like dangerous stuff in that desert. So you go sometimes with a police escort, and if you have to go, you have to go. Moshe Aron Miriam Landy. לעילוי nishmas, our grandmother Sarah Faiga Basitzchok on her yahrzeit. MDY Kids Monthly Innovations Chus for Official Elchanan Akiva. This week's Ami. I don't know if anybody here. I don't know if we're gonna get it. Does it come from America? I don't know. Is it printed here? So there's the story on the safari with the cheetah killed, but you're not allowed to say the word kill, so I called it the chase. And it basically started with Molandi that he said, if I see a chase in the next 30 minutes, they give $1,000. And then the next guy said, give 1,000 kitzer. He's always involved, Molandi. MDY Kids Monthly, Zchus for Official, Elchanan, Akiva, Rifka, and Mrs. Stefansky. Shkoyach, what happened? I don't know why somebody's touching this while I'm doing it. Art of the month, Refuah Shleima for Yehonatan Eitan ben Bashev Bracha, for Zchut, for Reb Eli and the whole MDY staff to continue to make Torah so enjoyable so many, and in honor of Yossi Klein and Mark Ashkenazi for all the work they do. Yivaldik. What do we got? Well, yeah. Moshe Cohen from Bnei Brak, who's featured on Arichayon's new video of What a Day, which didn't come out yet. Although we have some pirate parts that came out. He made one of these, like a luach. It's a what is it called? A place, a bookmark. So Rabbi Isai, we only have two daf left, and we're not doing good.
Over 1,000.
That's not good enough. Over 1,000 in the Hebrew shir. I don't know how many people in the English, but we ourselves as a chabura, we didn't do very well. We brought about 150 people for the Hebrew. I still don't know numbers for English. Total of 1,000, but the 1,000 is from different WhatsApp groups and this and that. From the chabura, from within, it's a lot, 150. Considering that that's compared to other shiurim, let's say 150 is more than somebody else's shir, but we expect larger numbers because it's the masechta to get people. Benny wants to get 5,000 people.
Man.
You said to yourself you're not going to do status until the last day, so here it is. Here's the last day. Send that status out. And did anybody take Mendy's phone yesterday after shir? Here we go with excuses. Yesterday's after shir. I have a shayla for the oilam. There's a borrower and a lender. The lender lent $1 million to the borrower. $1 million. Does it make a difference if the lender dies and then the borrower, or the borrower dies and then the lender? Does it make a difference? Could you see in your mind that in one of those situations, maybe the orphans, we call them the orphans, the yarshim of this person doesn't have to pay bichlal, doesn't have to pay. The father died, one of the fathers died, no more chayv, zero, nothing. They just gained $1 million. Could you contemplate such a thing? So today, that's most of our sugya actually, and it's very geshmak. It comes out that yes, if yeah, but I'm saying okay, one dies first. We're gonna see that in one of the cases, lahalacha, you don't have to pay back the chayv. It's the Gemara was so astounded by this that the Gemara wanted to get rid of it, rip this halacha out of the Shulchan Aruch, and get no. Rav and Shmuel both say this. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna have to get there. It's in the middle of the Amud, smack in the middle of the Amud. That's where that sugya starts, and then it goes into unbelievable geshmaka agadata of stories. I mean, agadata comparatively speaking for Shevuos, nothing compared to Avodah Zarah. Says the Gemara all the way on the bottom of Daf Yomi Amud Beis. What's a Reb Huna bar Yehuda? We're talking about this case where we could go slow. We have two Eidim that say one thing and they contradict the other Eidim. One says we saw that Yosef is a killer, and the other one says Yosef is not a killer. So what do you do when you have two Eidim that contradict each other? So we had a machlokes. According to Rav Chizda, you get rid of these Eidim forever. All four are no good, even though only two of them are no good, but we don't know which one. According to Rav Huna, so according to Rav Huna, if they testify in two separate cases, two different shtaras, then we view each shtar independently, and this shtar has Eidim that we don't know that they're bad. This shtar has Eidim that we don't know they're bad. Collectively, if they're 2 against 2, then we have a problem. But since they're individual things, the different cases, says Rav Huna, you let it go. And everybody agreed that if you take 1/8 from here, 1/8 from the other one, and put them together, it's definitely no good. So that's what we had yesterday. So it says the Gemara, Moshe Aron bar Yehuda. Here we are in Daf Memches Amud Aleph. We're talking about Kiddush HaChodesh. So, where is it? The picture of Mardois. Okay. The Reuben. Mardois, a goat stick or something. It's a special stick that you get the prod the goat with. Now in those days it was made the same exact size. Everybody had the same size. Call it 3-foot stick, whatever. It's a stick. It's always the same size. So one aide testifies that he saw the moon on the horizon, 2 sticks, 2 measurements above the horizon. Another one said it was 3. That's not so bad. They say in Yiddish. They were all, listen, you can't, we're human. We don't know how to measure exactly by distance. So we saw be'erech the same thing. I bet you if you asked all of us in this room what they saw last night, where the missiles were coming from, and how fast they were falling, we'd all say something slightly different. We saw it in the way we saw it. We're not lying, but that's how it is. What?
No.
Here, horizon. This is the horizon, right? When you look at the end of that's the horizon out that window. Okay, that's our horizon. That's the how much. Where was the moon compared to the end of the earth? Out here's the earth, the horizon, and the moon was.
You're saying it had to be at the same time.
Because it's
Oh yeah. They're together. They have to be together anyway. Yeah, they're together. So this is you're looking at the earth. You're looking at the earth, and then you see the moon right over here. And he says, "No, I saw it over here." So you talk. Somebody is not saying the truth, but when if it's similar, it's 2 to 3. Okay, fine. We'll let it slide. But if the difference is 2 sticks length, then now we're talking something completely different. A dusam betela. This is unbelievable. They come to Bez and they say, "I saw the moon 3 sticks above the horizon." Another one says, "I saw the moon 5 sticks above the horizon." This guy's puzzled forever. You hear this? They're gone. They're done for life. They're liars. Chakran. Yeah, they're talking in Torah things. They're not trying to take $1 million out of somebody's pocket, but they're bad Adam. It is what they. And then it says in the Brayso, they could go and testify somewhere else. My love. So what does it mean they could go somewhere else? They're good enough to testify that Reuven owes Shimon $1 million. No. Rav Chizda said that these guys, according to Rav Chizda, when you have 2 against 2, forever, these guys are no good. They're known as Eidim, Ukhoshim, whatever the Lashon is. They were Makish each other. Get rid of them. All of a sudden, over here it says, Umitztar from Leidas Acheres. Says Rava, no, you didn't understand the Pshat. Omer Rava, Huva Acher, Mitztar from Leidas Acheres, Shorish Chodesh. These guys are not bad guys, because look. Let's see. Here, it's on the screen. Chevra, I see the new moon. 1 ox goat above the horizon. What does it say next? I'll wait. Oh, we got the next one. Yankel, I think you need glasses. It's clearly 2. You guys have no clue what you're talking about. It's 5 above the horizon. Okay, but he put them all together, yeah? But now the Gemara is saying, let's see if we could get to here. Oh. So now the Gemara is saying that you have a machlokes between these 2 guys, right? It's 3 and 5, let's say. Comes another guy, forget the bottom guy, okay? These numbers are off. Yoshi did her stickle off to match the sugya. But the idea is the same. The idea is that 2 guys are arguing with each other, and he's saying that they're puzzled. But if one of the guys gets someone else to testify with him, and he agrees to him, so they that's what it means mitzdarfim. In the same case, when they come to Bez and they say, we saw the moon like this, comes a third guy, says, I agree that it was, let's say, 3 above the horizon. So the guy in the bottom is the liar. The guy on top is going to be MS man. It's good edus.
And then his edus will be good for Mama Nasasa.
The guy on the bottom is going to be puzzled for life, says the Ritva.
Right, but the upper guy.
The upper guy, not only is he good for life, but he's good in this edus itself. He's good.
What about 3, 4, and 5?
What about 3, 4, and 5?
between the 3 and 5.
Versus 4, so the 4 goes with 3 and the 4 goes with 5.
Oh, you mean the
1 and 3.
one?
In such a case.
My question
Interesting.
was
Maybe they made us
if
Mikasher.
3 meant
Yeah.
4 and 5 meant 4. This was my
Mhm.
question. If 5 meant 4 and 3 meant 4, maybe they have a mistake with one number.
Not
So
in
we have
2.
signature.
That's what he's asking. If the guy in the middle could be mechaber the 2 like that, he makes them all not lie. Yeah, why not? I don't see. L'chara, it should be okay. The guy in the middle is saying together with him, and he's saying, like, what's the edus though? Where you have to pick one, no? Okay, good shilos.
3 Adam come. If 3 Adam
Yeah,
come
three
together,
pick two.
you say 3, he says 4, I say 5.
And now what? And where are we going to go?
Right.
Where was the moon though?
Right.
The two bottom or the two top?
The middle could go.
Okay, great shilos, but it's not really our sugya. We're just trying to prove are they good for life or not? And we don't have a right that they're not good for. They might if it's the original case, 3 and 5, they might be possible forever, or not. Yeah, that's good. New sugya. Oh, sorry. Let me just explain these words. So in this thing right over here, you have the two guys that are saying, let's say 3, against the guy in the bottom. The guy in the bottom loses out, and he might lose, and he loses out according to Rishonim forever. So you had 2 stories in the Mishnah. The story where a guy goes to get some pitzuchim, and he gives the guy the money, and now that there's an argument whether or not he paid for his pitzuchim or not. He has the bag of the garinim, of the nash from the store. The owner says he didn't pay me yet, and he says he did. This is something that happens. So, what do? So we had a machlokes in the Mishnah. According to Rabbi Yehuda, if the stuff is in his hand, he already has the merchandise, the buyer, then he doesn't have to pay. According to the Tanakama, the buyer is going to have to make a shvuah that he paid. We had the same exact case again in the Mishnah when it comes to money. Somebody goes to the change, Tyree Simon's change place, he thought he gave him $1,000 in cash, and he got back 3,700 shekel, whatever it is today. What's the dollar?
450.
It really?
40.
I had no. I changed money last week and I had no idea. Is it really?
The shekel's going up.
Okay, whatever. I guess I should look at the receipts. Okay.
What's the difference?
3.4.
341, yeah.
That's what I say.
What's the difference?
Shekel chazak, אדוני.
No, it's gonna get back. It's gonna get back.
אתמול היה, אנחנו מנצחים.
Okay.
זה המחיר בלהיות
לא משנה. The Olam is very excited about the shekel, about the dollar.
3.5.
But it's the same story. In our days, we understand it doesn't work as much as I know. You give the guy the check, you give the guy the cash, and then he gives you shekel. He never gives you shekel first. Well, that's Hold on, we should do a.
We were talking about the change earlier.
How much is that? Oh, yeah, face track went on. Wow. This is why we wanted you back. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Aria.
How many days?
Was I not here?
Yeah.
2.5 weeks. The last
No. How many days since Friday?
Friday morning.
So you're in a hotel room and this and that. You had the food. Food was okay.
How did they manage in Cyprus over there with you?
I got 5 new people.
How did you get back? You got on a regular flight?
I ran. I was on the first flight out.
The first chilutz flight?
Just got
Did you go with Hillel also?
He's supposed to be surprising also, so I can't say.
Business class?
Yes.
You got this. He got business class. Even with
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I was inside the picture.
I don't believe it.
גם בחילוץ קיבל
Business class on the
and the חילוץ.
on the escape plane. How do you say chilutz in English?
I didn't want
Evacuation flight.
I only found out-
Okay, Rabbi Isai, I forgot to tell you, guys, we're middle of a shir. I was like schmoozing. Oh, I'm so excited to see Aryeh Simon. Wow. Okay. I don't know if we did. Let's just do. I gotta just do a quick turnaround here. Oh my gosh, this thing. Oh no, what? I'm in the wrong place. Here we go. No, I'm trying to go to Aryeh Simon. No, it passed him. Oh, no.
Can't miss me.
Geschmack. Wave, Aryeh, wave, so everybody knows. Stuck in Cyprus for. Now, how do I go back? Okay.
First of all,
Geschmack.
Reb Eli was very excited about the daf,
Yeah.
but he didn't want to do a video. He was like,
But he said the daf is a good thing for
very
about.
excited about the concept that there's 35,000 people in it.
Oh, I didn't show your video. So let me tell the Olam. It's very important. Stopping right now. Rabbi Simon put the shear, just a random daf, in the restaurant over there in the Chabad. He put it on the screen, and I was watching, and I was like, why is he sending this to me? Everybody's busy eating omelets, and not a single person is looking at the screen. He says after the video, he sends a picture. I might have put it in. I don't know. I didn't. He sends a picture of a guy signing up. What happened was a guy noticed it. He ate breakfast like everybody else, and you think that you're not influencing anybody, and a guy signed up this year. So it's a big lesson. You got to make your shtadlus. It seems like nobody's listening. It seems like nobody's responding to your status. Many people will come to you, and I heard this literally in the hundreds. I'm not below guzma. People come to you a year later, say, by the way, because of you, last year you put in the status, remember? This is my third Masech I'm finishing. I haven't missed a day. Crazy stuff like that. But they won't tell you in the beginning. That's nature. That's human nature. They won't tell you. If you're lucky, they tell you after a year. Sometimes you'll never know. These are your children. These are your talmidim that you put out on the status. Tanya. So this is mamish your sugya Arya. Okay, yeah, I didn't believe. This whole story is when the fruit is not, nobody's holding on to the fruit. It's right here. And we have an argument, did you pay for it or not? Says Rabbi Yehuda, this is Rabbi Yehuda that argues in the Mishnah. And it doesn't really add anything over here. When he has the fruit, it's in his knapsack. He has the fruit. Let the store owner grab it to prove it. Omar l'shulchani. Oh, the change guy. Tell me. Same story. Ask Gemara utzricha. What do you need the two stories? Says the Gemara, you need both of them utzricha. This is the same story. One is fruit. One is cash. When you read it, it's not understandable. Says the Gemara, simple language. Fruit is something that spoils. The kivin, the mirkevei, limashule. He's very nervous. He doesn't want to wait a second, and he gives it. So says Rashi beautifully. If you ever went to Machni Yehuda Shuk, you could see that such a thing exists. And a very aggressive seller, like a real guy. He screams 2 shekel for a pound. You can see you start talking to him. Before you know it, he gives you the fruit, and he says, "No, pay." I didn't want it. Too late. Those you go to used cars place, and they do this. They type in the thing. How much is the car? And I don't know. They have all these silly tricks. So you go into Monit. How much is it? Before you know it, he's driving. A minute later, he's like 700 shekel for 4 blocks. It's too late. I'm already driving. You have to pay. Such a thing. You write an aggressive driver, aggressive store guy. So aggressive store guy, he takes the fruit because it's gonna rot. He doesn't care if you pay him first. He's desperate, so he puts it in your knapsack and then he makes you pay. Money is money. Diamonds don't rot. Maybe in that case, they'll admit that if you're holding onto the fruit, why do you give it to you? Why do you give you cash? It's something that doesn't happen in the change store. They don't give you the shekel before you get in the dollar. And if it would only say the case of a change, that's why Yehuda says, if it's in your hand, obviously you paid, you gave him the money, but by fruit, and agree that it's possible that you got the fruit first. That even in this case, Yehuda says, no, if you have the money in your hand, the fruit in your hand, it's proof that you're the owner, and it didn't come there because the guy was desperate, and you don't have to bring a raya. The store owner has to bring the raya. So it says in the Mishnah, interesting thing, like we say, somebody that has a damaged ksuba. In other words, a woman agreed that her husband paid part of the ksuba, half the ksuba. So in order to get the rest, she must swear. The Yisraelim also, they have to swear. Who do they swear? Who's swearing over here? We had this, right? Wow. I hope the Olam doesn't not mishtatif them and they it's the war, the stomach, It's I'm not exercising. I don't know. Does anybody else have an issue with their exercise and stuff? Everybody? Really? You also?
Can't walk.
Really? Who?
The breakfast. My nose runs. You cover a bit.
Ruben said his nose runs. That's the exercise he's doing. His nose does the running. He does. Okay, fine. Everybody in their own thing. I'm just saying that things are different this week or two. I don't understand. The father doesn't have to swear, so why do the Yisayim have to swear? We had this yesterday, or whenever we had it. It's Yisayim against Yisayim. The war is between the children. Yisayim means 60-year-old kids. They're not Yisayim, but they just don't know anything about their father's business. Yarshim, exactly. So what? So this is, we have to just remember for the entire sugya, there's two types of Shevuos. There's a Shevuah that the Torah says you have to swear. What are you swearing? That you know that the guy owes me money and he's a liar, da-da-da. There's a Shevuah v'yarshim. Shevuah v'yarshim means that they say we're nebachs, we don't know anything. All we could swear is that we don't know. That we're not doing any shtick here, that it's not like somebody that we know that this guy paid and we're pretending we found the shtar. We don't know anything. It's we have a shtar and we're going to base it on the shtar. What happened between our fathers, we have no clue. It's a very weak Shevuah v'yarshim. And here goes that question that we had before. Rabbi Shmuel Amr Tarvayu. This, that a Yerush could go ahead and swear and get his money, is when the lender died first. Listen to this. This is the whole sugya right here. People are not going to like this. If the borrower dies before the lender, says Rav and Shmuel, they don't have to pay. Yisraelim don't have to pay. A $10 million loan, $100 million loan. The loiva dies before the malva, there's nothing you can do about it. How could the malva go, says Rav and Shmuel, which are, they always argue in Shas over here. Not always, there's a few times that they agree on something. Rav and Shmuel both say, get rid of this. And this is an interesting halacha. Why? First of all, step number one is that when the loiva dies, the only way the malva can get the money out is if the malva swears. So that's okay. That's doable. You can get your money back. The case is that the malva also died. First the loiva died, then the malva died. So what do we want? We want to take this shvuah, the shvuah that the malva is supposed to do for the Yisayimim, we have to give it b'yerusha to his children, the children of the lender. Yeah, the children of the lender have to step into the father's shoes and do the same exact thing that the father did, and make a shvuah, a real shvuah, and they can't do it. How can they make a real shvuah? What are they going to say? You owe us 1,000%. You owe us money. They can't. Maybe there's a deal between the two of them. If you think about your own children now, do any of your children know anything what's going on in your personal business and who owes you what and who didn't pay you, who didn't pay you, who did and didn't? I know my children have no clue. Certainly my wife has no clue. So then, yeah, some people, maybe if their kids work with them in the business or something, whatever. But so he says, listen, here's the story. Loiva dies first, malva dies second. Wipe the loan off. Why? Because if the loiva dies first and the malva is still alive, then we have a way out of this. The malva will swear. He has to swear to the yarshim and say, listen, your father never paid me. But once the malva dies, that exact shvuah goes to his children and they can't swear it. What could they swear? They could swear.
Contested. If it's not contested, they have to pay back.
Okay.
It doesn't wipe the loans.
Listen, time out. And even if it is contested, it doesn't wipe the loan, and the guy's going to go to Gehenim and whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not giving a heter over here. I'm not saying you don't have to pay halachically. I'm saying that you can't sue him in court. Right, Shamshi's story. That, and I'm just saying it because he sparked something. Shamshi knows of a story. I think he was there, or his father. It was your father? Shamshi's father was at a shiva house, and a Rav walks in. He sits there for a couple moments, and he says, by the way, the Nefteres, your mother, she owes me 2 months of rent at the shiva. Like,
she was in the hospital.
because she was in the hospital. So instead of like Hamokim Menachem Eschem and come after shiva, so we wanted to be Melamed Schos. They was trying to do a tzidkis for the neshama. The neshama just went up to Shemayim. Yeah, Shamshi, he's Mamshet Tzaddik, the guy. The neshama is suffering because the neshama didn't pay, and he's like, right now, I don't want the neshama to suffer during shiva. Okay, listen.
I want to rub like that. He'll collect all my debts.
His own debts. He's very careful about his own debts. He's not so careful. Okay. Zok the Gemara.
Add it to the list of smart things people say.
There's things that people say at a
Right? People get shidduchim to.
I saw, and this might be on the video also, but I saw this with my own eyes out of the shiva house, and a rav was schmoozing with the oval. He was mamish front seat, bunch of people, and all of a sudden he gets a phone call, and he says on the call, he says, and this might be in the video also, I saw it with my own eyes. He goes, Mazel tov, yeah, gewaldig. Okay, I got it. I'm just over here. I was like, Mazel tov. Yeah, no, just like that. First of all, what are you picking up your phone? Okay, weiter. I'll tell them it's chavercha to give me like koyel. You don't know what's going through this road. Okay, maybe talk like this couple didn't have kids in 25 years. You never know.
You took him to the neshama.
Take him in the neshama. Rabbi Shmuel Damer Tarvayuli Shona Lishmeis Malva B'Chai Loi Valveis Loi B'Chai Malva Kvanis Chai Malva B'Nei Loi Shvuah V'No Adam Meirish Shvuah Levanov. The Malva can't give the Shvuah. Now there's another Shvuah that we're talking about that the Yarshim could do, which is a weak Shvuah, and that's not what we're talking about. That exact Shvuah that the father had, he can't give it over to his sons. You can't sue the $1 million. Shalchu Kamei de Reb Elazar. So they give it to Reb Elazar, and Reb Elazar says, no way, this can't be. He argues. Shvuah Zu Mativa. I don't like this, what you're saying. They should swear the simple shvuah of a Yairish, that as far as we're concerned, your father didn't pay our father, pay up. So we have a machlokes, Rav and Shmuel, and Reb Elazar. So I'm just going to tell you the end of the sugya. Now we're going to try to poke different. We're going to go after Rav and Shmuel like crazy, because it doesn't make sense to us. But the Gemara at the end is going to say, listen, we don't know what the halacha is, and therefore, l'chatchila, we have to go with Rav and Shmuel. But if a Rav, by mistake, went with Reb Elazar and said, Yarshim, swear, that's okay. We can take the money out. That's the end of the sugya. So, Shalchu b'mei Reb Ami. It seems like Reb Ami was a Rosh Shiva only for like 1 year or so. So during that period, they sent him. Omar, kuli hay sholcha la'ba'azli. They're bothering me. They keep on sending this question over and over, which there's a story with the Chavetz Chaim. It's almost nothing to do with here, but just jogged my memory, and it's a gewaldic story. And I had a new deher over here, where a Bachar Am Purim went to the Chavetz Chaim and said, Rebbe, promise me I'm going to sit next to you in Olam Ma'amis. So the Chavetz Chaim just ignored him, and this guy was persistent. He was drunk and persistent. So he kept on bothering the Chavetz Chaim, bothering him. So the Chavetz Chaim looked at him and said, if you accept upon yourself that you'll never talk Lashon Hara, I promise you'll sit next to me. So the guy thought about it. He says, Rebbe, I can't promise such a thing. How could I say that? So the Chavetz said, oh, Rebbe, what happened? What took you so long?
He walks back.
But this guy came 10 minutes ago. Where were you? That's the shaila.
Honors class.
Honors business class. He went off first.
Oh, he got off the plane first. You did not sit business class.
First.
Vishavu banim. What's that? Oh, that's right, my wife. I want to make a prediction. The Be'ezer Hashem, when this all goes well, one of the biggest, I know for me personally, one of the things that prevented me from making Aliyah all the years was the fear factor, the sakana that Eretz Yisrael is in with all the neighbors. Once Iran is gone and all these things, real estate is going to go up tremendously, especially on this block.
This block.
That's the reason not to make Aliyah.
I don't even know about that. Okay, the parsha of the Meraglim. Anyway, by the way, my theory is that they're gonna fly on one of these flights. What do they call it? The Chilutz flights. Khamenei is going to come out of one of them, all tied up, and they're going to do a whole trial here. Be'ezer Hashem tomorrow. Okay, so weiter. Oh, so I'm in the middle of the story of the Chofetz Chaim. So the Chofetz Chaim was really upset at this bacher. He says, I offered him an offer of a lifetime, and he didn't take it. He's told the bacher, take this guy out. Take this guy out. So you see from here, we all know this, but think about it. Imagine the Chofetz Chaim offering you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If this bacher comes back to the Chofetz Chaim the next day, says, Rebbe, I thought about it, let me back in. No. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Sometimes you have that opportunity. You either take it or leave it. It's there. You have to make a quick decision. And if you take it, it's Olam Haba sitting next to the Chofetz Chaim.
By design, in 2 days.
Oh, I didn't even want to say it. It was so obvious. You have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And for us, the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity is to get that guy to see that there's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's for us. Some people, listen to this. Shamshi Shlafrak is one of the most normal people in our shir. You talk to him for 2 minutes to see. He's a normal guy. He stood in the Merkaz with a sign to sign up people. I'm not making this up. He stood with a pile of Gemaras because he told me, he says, listen, I feel very uncomfortable. It's not something I've ever done. It's not something I ever thought I will do. But I want to be Mizaka another person. How many of us could say that they did that? Not you. It's a weirdo, stands there with a this. Only Peretz Chaim Levin, Shamshi Shlafrak, is a normal guy. Be'emes. He has more friends than all of us together. He's normal, Be'emes, normal.
That was our top gig in Cyprus.
Right. But you guys are not 100% normal. I'm talking about normal.
I'm 100%, it's not normal.
Where are you in a rush to, Monday? Where are you? Where? What's
There's
the?
no sirens until
Hold
9.
on. You know what the problem? Oh, it's already 8 o'clock. He's right. Okay, let's go. So, Zog the Gemara. So basically, they're asking me so many times, is the Allah like Rabbi Shmuel? How does it make any sense that the loiva dies first and then the malva that you get out of this loan completely? You think if I would have known something good over here, I wouldn't have sent it to you? Oh, man, you're gonna love this one. You're gonna love it. Sitting at a Sheva Brachas, and this chashva looking guy, you know that chashva looking guy? He said, no, Eli, it's a niggin. I said, niggin. He says, just mo'afti teresecha. I said, listen, there's a gvul. We're not singing mo'afti teresecha at a Sheva Brachas. He says, no, trust me. I'm telling you, the chassid mamish is gonna love the mo'afti. Mo'afti teresecha. You sure? Mo'afti teresecha, and the whole oil is singing. As soon as I'm finished, Rabbi Isai, Mamish, he said, Mo'afti teresecha, and I thought about a murdik of art here. That's Hayel v'asal yadan neima b'milsa. Oh, listen, I didn't, but it just happened to fall on my plate over here. So, yeah. Much like the guy with the kairach in his glasses. Every time his glasses fell down, he had a mic. Okay. Omad b'din b'meis. So he says a little bit of chiddush over here, that this whole halacha that we said is if the malva goes to Bezdin, and in Bezdin they say, you have to swear. And then he drops dead, then the loiva's children don't have to pay. Only in that case, because he went to Bezdin. It's only because he went to Bezdin and they instituted a shvuah here, and then that shvuah you can't give over to your sons. But what if he never went to the Bezdin and then he dies after the loiva, our case, but he never made it to Bezdin? I say he makes a sort of a pshara in Rabbi Shmuel. Rabbi Shmuel say that the loiva's kids never have to pay, not never, like Noam said, you're not going to be able to forge the pay. That's if they never made it to Bezdin. If they made it to Bezdin, Rabbi Shmuel didn't say that. Oh, now we're calmer, okay? Because now it makes a little bit more sense. Great, because they never made it to Bezdin. If they never made it to Bezdin, then the loiva's kids do have to pay. Rav Nachman, it makes no sense what you're saying. Oh, do Beidina come chayv shvuah? What, you're only chayv shvuah when you get into the Bezdin? Like what, the walls of the Bezdin make the malva swear? This shvuah is immediately and has nothing to do with going to Bezdin. Listen, he says like this. This Rav and Shmuel is very, very problematic. I can't explain it. I can't do justice to it. If you believe in it, Yisrael the Rav and Shmuel Issa, then take it. That what? That the loiva's kids don't have to pay the loan if the loiva dies first and then the malva. Ilesa, and if you don't believe in it, lesa, then don't believe in it. Says Gemara, Alam Sabkele, what so Rav Nachman didn't know what to do. He says, if you believe in it, yes. If not, not. We know that Rav Nachman knew what to do. According to Rav and Shmuel, what's the halacha? If the loiva dies first, the loiva dies first. So the malva is chayv shvuah. Then the malva dies. According to Rav and Shmuel, how much does the borrower's kids get? Big 0. And now over here he says yachloiku. You get 50%. Is the 50% of 0? So he knew what to do. He knew exactly what to do. Says Gemara, no, the dvar of the Rebbe Meir Kamar. If you remember in the Mishnah, in this case, I'll show you. It was this, something like this. Here. Oh, I did a little shtick over there. Okay, let me show you. You have a malva and a loiva. The loiva is a bad guy because he's a gambler. So you give the shvuah, you pass the shvuah on to the malva, and then we find out the malva is not the best guy in the world. So it goes to Sinai, or it goes back to the loiva. So in that case, Rameir says, no, he says, Choyzer HaShvuah, and then we explain what did he mean. Did he mean go to Sinai, or does it mean go back? So on that he said maybe according to Rameir it should be achloiku. Not that he himself holds that. Rameir Kamar Eli Stefansky, Moshe Aron Miriam
over there that it's punished. Rashi's brother is a gezel, and that's why.
You're talking about the Rashi Lamed Tes Amud Beis over there. That was in.
Because both of them are chashudim.
No, we said that was the Gemara brought a pasuk of Ben Shneim. No, that was timeout. In the Ben Shneim, that's the Shvuot Ben Shneim. That in that case the malva also suffers the consequence. He gets a oynesh. Because Rashi in Daf Lamed Tes Amud Beis he explains it. That's we had yesterday, no? It's just a punishment of a. His Baruch is going to take care of him for causing a mess here with a guy that's something else.
No, but here they know.
Huh? Square. Okay, whatever. Let's go. It's already 8:05. Wow. Time flies when you're having time.
There's a famous story in England. On England on Purim, everyone gives out checks. The big Purim. There's a big Purim that died the next day. So
Kanievsky.
So the whole question about every check is a shtar halva.
That one.
The kids, the ketanim.
Yeah.
I don't remember all the details over there, but I think it probably plays into this whole story over here.
Huh. That might be the continuation of the story of that guy. I think a big veer in London that died on a day after Purim after giving so much money, and they asked Reb Kanievsky, Reb Eli, man. Told Reb Kanievsky, I'm going to the Shiva house. What should I tell the Almana? So he said, tell the Almana that he lived the extra 20 years. So something like that. And he went and he told her. And she said, yeah, exactly 20 years ago on Purim, he was in a massive car accident, but he came out of it. Something like that. So he got like a lease in life. Sometimes you look at it, wow, he died so young. No, actually, it was supposed to be even worse. Okay, anyway. But that they say there was big veer. No, because what did he tell the Almana? His question was he gave so much tzedakah. Tzedakah tat some mothers, and the next day like this, it was okay. Anyway, what? Yeah, the mice is showing low Purim. And you're saying that there was a halachic question. Okay. Okay. And then during Shiva, people came to the Yisrael and say, "No, pay up. Your father gave us a check on Purim." They were trying to help the neshama. Yeah. Leila Yisrael. Oh, Moshe Aron Miriam Landy. So now we're just going into a few cases here. This woman she gets a ksuba, right? Now, when a woman's husband dies, she has 25 years. It's a funny halacha, 25 years to collect the ksuba. If she waits 25 years in one day, no more. It's over. So she dies. Now she has yarshim, and her yarshim want to collect the ksuba. So they have 25 years from the time that her husband died. Now, what's going on here? Let's think about it. The woman herself, she would have to make a shvuah. She would have to swear to her husband's yarshim. if she wants to collect from the Yisayimim, from the Yarshim, she has to swear. Now she dies, what happens? Her children want to collect her stuff from the Yarshim. They have to take her Shevuah that she was going to swear and do the same thing over. Isn't that Rav and Shmuel? That you cannot give over such a Shevuah to your Yarshim. So you see that you could. It's a kasha Rav and Shmuel. Says the Gemara, she swore. She did swear. It's not a shiloh of the Yisayim have to swear. You're right. Typically, Yisayim can't swear according to Rav Shmuel. It's a case where she already did the dirty work. She already swore and she died. I'll just tell you real quickly because a lot of women are going to love this this Maisa, so I'll say it for them. But please don't repeat this in Shabbos at your Shabbos table. There was a guy on his anniversary. He was making these funny faces, whatever. So the wife says, "What are you thinking about? What's going on in your mind?" He says, "Listen, right after we got married, I called up the lawyer. I said, listen, what would happen if I killed my wife?" He said, you'd sit for 25 years. He says, now it's 25 years later, I would have been a free man. Zog the Gemara. Nasa Rishon of a Mesa, Nasa Shni of Mesu, Toshma. Nasa Rishon of a Mesa. So a guy had two marriages. From the first marriage, he had a son. And then his wife from the first marriage dies. Nasa Shnia Umesu. Then he married another woman, and then he dies. So Shnia v'Yersha Kaidmim l'Yersha Yershayna. The second wife and the second children, they come before the first Yarshim. So there's something called Ksubas Bonam Dichrim. We're not going to get into it right now. Just to refresh our memories, there's something called Ksubas Bonam Dichrim that the husband promises the first wife that her children they'll get the ksuba, whatever it was. Now, the second wife comes before the first wife, so therefore she has to swear. It's the same right that we brought a second ago. She has to swear. She can't swear, so she gives that shvuah to her children. Says Gemara. So you see from here that children could swear and take money, not like Rav and Shmuel say that you get zero. It's talking about that the woman herself swore and then she died. Tashma. There's a funny case where a guy says to his wife, don't worry, no matter what, I'm not going to make you make a shvuah, even if you have, let's say, a ksuba pagemes where we said that she has to swear, you're not going to swear. But if she dies, then the Yarshim do have to swear. So you see over here in Mefurish, once again, that the Yarshim do swear and they take. So says the Gemara, there's two halachas over here. Oisa ba'almana. When it's talking about an almana, then the almana herself has to swear. But the almana knows exactly what's going on. She knows that her husband owes her money or not owe money. V'yorsheh begrusha. But when it's talking about the Yarshim, we're talking about not the almana herself, we're talking about the Yarshim. Yarshim is not talking about a widow, we're talking about a grusha. A grusha doesn't have to make a shvuah. Yeah? An almana has to make a shvuah. Why? Because she's taking from Yarshim. Her husband died. She's an almana. She doesn't have a husband, so she has to make a shvuah to that guy. Then she takes that shvuah, gives it to her kids. But by a divorcee, her ex is still alive. So there's no shvuah.
The kids have to make a shvuah. Yeah.
The kids make a shvuah, but it's not a biyerusha. It's not our case. It's not our case of giving. It's not the mother's shvuah. It's their own shvuah called the shvuah sayarshim, something else. Sometimes a son's power is more powerful than the father. Yeah, I have two stories here, but I'm going to skip them. We had them in the Hebrew Daf Yomi Amud Beis. Why? Sometimes the son can collect with a shvuah and without a shvuah. A father always has to use a shvuah and a son doesn't have to. What's the case? Our story, where the loiva dies first, then the malva dies. And it says in Mefurish over here that the son could collect money. And if we stop right over here, there's a problem with Rav and Shmuel. Because according to Rav and Shmuel, the son does not collect money. Zero he gets. According to Rav and Shmuel, it says goiva. B'shvua, what does it mean? B'shvua shvuas yarshim, the simple, easy shvua that Yarsh does. Shaloi b'shvua, sometimes even without a shvua, when this testimony at the deathbed that the father said on his deathbed that so and so never paid him back. In that case, the Mishnah brought Reb Shimon, you see that sometimes a Yarish makes a shvuah hayarshim, and takes some money, not like Rabbi Shmuel. Or Rabbi Yisrael, Bishamai, great kasha. The answer is it goes according to, we don't pass it like this. Bishamai, Darmi, Shtara Oimid Ligvois, Kigobu Dami. This is a story by the Saita. What's the story by the Saita? The Saita, she goes to the Beis Hamikdash, she explodes. If that happens, Yarshim, there's no ksuba. She loses a ksuba in that case. What if her husband, he couldn't believe that his wife is about to explode, he dies from a heart attack on the spot, so she doesn't drink the water. What about the ksuba? We're about to find out she was mizana, no ksuba. She gets a ksuba. Says Bishamai, why? Because it's as if she's holding on to it, she's muksuk in the ksuba, it's as if it was already paid off. So we'll say the same thing over here, that according to Bishamai, it's as if the kids already have the money in their hand and they get the money. So, sponsors. Turning of the Daf, Innovations LC. Let's go with the other one. Adar Global, making answering questions great again. He's here in the room. Innovations LC in honor of our sons Kalmo and Yisrael for learning Sanhedrin, Makis and Shevuos, Reb Eli. You had a flight through the night. Like, what happened exactly?
They told us at 9:30. Got an email that you have a flight at 4 o'clock in the morning.
So kids, you guys didn't really sleep much. No, but you're back. What is this? CMMDY.com. We have Miami, Teaneck, Cleveland, Toronto. We had in Hong Kong. We have in South Africa. Crazy. There's like 14, 15 places. Check it out. Just check it out for fun. MDYCM.com. Cyprus is canceled, our boys say. We canceled the one in Cyprus. What is this? What are you showing me over here?
It's a video from Cyprus.
Oh, that's the guy signing up after. Here, you want to push the video?
Yeah.
Push it for a second, because we have a lot of time. Because it's only 8:15. There's nobody. Look, not a single. That's Reb Israel. Not a single person is watching the screen. But you don't know.
Right after shul, you get breakfast.
Yeah, it's free. Really? That's chashuv.
$250 a day at least.
How much?
$250 a day. They pay for a place to sleep, for food. So people try to cut costs wherever they could.
Wow. 253. Okay. Zog the Gemara. Rav Yosef. How many we said already? Oh, Rabbi Yosef, here starts the Agadata. Igla Rav Nachman l'Sura. Rav Nachman went to Surah. Uligabei Rav Chizda v'Rabbi Rav Huna, and they came to visit him. Omru Le, and this is the end of the Agadata. Leisi Mar Neker Lahod Rav Shmuel. We got to get rid of this halacha. We got to abolish this halacha. It doesn't make any sense. A guy gives $1 million to somebody, and then that someone dies, and then the guy that gave them $1 million, he dies, and it's got doesn't make sense. You think I came all the way from Iran, from Paras? No, he came you did all these steps from Parsais. You know what we're gonna do? We're going to just take it and do the literal words. There's a lot of people that love that. The mamash literal, the exact words we're going to take and not go right or left, not learn milsa, how do you say it? No. Davar mitech davar. Kids, you don't learn anything from it. We'll do only this one case. What does it mean? How do you not expand it? A person who paid off a little bit of his loan. So now his star is... Medam Muslims. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Yeah. You can't be Medam Muslim. So there you have a situation of Paigim Shtari. He has a star that was semi-paid off, and he dies. Yarshim Nishbayim Shvuos Yarshim V'Noitlim. Here's a case where we don't say like Rav and Shmuel. What should Rav and Shmuel say in such a case? Since he had to swear, and now he's giving the shvuah over to his kids, you don't have to pay at all. No. In that case, the nishbaim shvuas yarshim, you do make a shvuah and you get the money. Another ma'isa shahaya, Awud the shochiv, he died. Now, what happened was our case. First the loiva dies, and then the malva died. So after the malva died, the shochiv, the malva dies, ushavak, and he left over arva, a guarantor. So Savara Papa Lamemer, he wanted to say Onami de Loisav Allahu. We already established we're gonna go to the letter of the law. And now there's a guarantor involved over here. So the guarantor, maybe there should be a Shevuah. It should be different than Rabbi and Shmuel. What do you mean? At the end of the day, the Yisraelim are going to suffer. At the end of the day, the Yisraelim have to pay. After the guarantor pays, the guarantor goes to the Yisraelim. So you are dealing with the Yisraelim. When you deal with the Yisraelim, no Shevuah, no pay. Ahud the Shochav, another Gevaldik Maisa, a guy died. So the Loiva died, then the Malva died. And instead of the Malva leaving children, he left a brother. Same story. Oh, so you want to be a stickler to the word. Rabbi Shmuel only said their case with the son, not with the brother. It's a different type of Yerush. Says the Gemara, not true. A Yerush is a Yerush. Again, it's one of these interesting halachas. I don't remember myself, but I don't remember anything, where the Gemara says, listen, this is halacha that we're stuck with. It makes no sense to us. We can't make any sense to it. We can't figure out the logic here. But it's Rav and Shmuel. What are you going to do? You have the G'dayla Hadar who said that that's the halacha. You're stuck. So let's just limit it to here. Don't try to expand on it. What's the difference? Who the Yerush is, whether it's a son or a brother. They both don't know anything. You can't make a Shvuah over here. Pay them. Or you don't have to pay the loan. We don't know if the halacha is like Rabbi Shmuel. But like Reb Eli, maybe the halacha is like Reb Eli. They do make a Shvuah and you get paid. If you pass like Rav and Shmuel, okay. If you do like Reb Elazar, great. So what do you do when you come up with such a star? The loiva dies first, then the malva dies. What do you do? Do not rip it up, because according to Rav and Shmuel, what should you do? Rip up the star. You can't be goiva with it, so rip it up. And at the same time, you can't use it to extract money. I can't use it as a shtar choy because maybe that looks like Rabbi Shmuel, and you pay zero. So don't rip it up. If by mistake somebody used it, it's a good thing. Another Mardi Gemaisa, or somebody passing like Rabbi Elazar, not like Rabbi Shmuel, and he gave the money to the Yisraelim. There's somebody there. I could bring you a letter from Eretz Yisrael. There's no halacha like Reb Elazar. Me and Reb Noam fixed. We went to a one of the Gedolei Hadar to ask him about the yeshiva that we're opening up, and he said a line to us. I hope I don't get into trouble for saying this. He said, I could get you a letter with a lot of Gedolim on it, signed in 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. It doesn't even matter what it's. I could just this way. You just go, you get it signed up in 10 minutes. I said it over to Rav Pesach. He says 10 minutes is a guzma. It's 5 minutes. Omar Lei, he says, I have a letter, Mamish signed up from Eretz Yisrael. The halacha is not like Reb Elazar. Omar Lei, Lechitai, so yeah, go ahead and get me the letter. Also coming to Rav Chama, Omar Lei, Hai Deyona the Ovad, Reb Elazar, Ovad. Here, the fakir, it's good. It says that not only did you not bring me halacha, the halacha is not like Reb Elazar, but if you pass and you go like Reb Elazar, it's good. Let's just do a few more lines here. It says in the Mishnah, there's some people that swear without any taina at all. And here's the Gemara. I don't have to show it to you. So says the Gemara, if you just want to do it by the word, it makes no sense. Why would somebody make a shvuah for no reason? We're talking about crazy people. Says the Gemara, the simple pshat in the Mishnah is, typically speaking, you have to come to somebody and say, you owe me $1 million, I know what I'm talking about. But over here, you could also go to your partner and say, me and Noam have a shutfim. I don't know who else. You have a shutf. Shutfim it's a very, very difficult thing for a lot of people. I know for myself. It's a difficult thing. The only reason I have a shutf is because of the shir. Up until I had a shir, I said, I swore, I'm not going to have a shutf. I had once a shutf 20 years ago. For me, it was bad. Because I'm the type of guy, look, I work so hard, and how come you're not working as much? I don't know how people do it. They have certain understandings, and great. Not for me. Because the shutf, I did much more than him. I think he took under the table. Look at the car he's driving. How could he afford? I don't know. You're thinking things. So, not my shul. I'm talking about now. He's going to watch the shir and he's going to say, no. I'm just saying, yeah. I have a lot of cars to talk to him because I could sit and prepare for shir instead of worrying about the business. Tana. Ben Bayis Amru. It's a lashon that we use today. Oh, he's a Ben Bayis by Reb Chaim Kanievsky. He's a Ben Bayis. What does that mean? It doesn't mean a guy that comes in and out. We're talking about a brother, one of the brothers even, that takes care of everything. He's in charge of hiring people. He does all the shopping. So why is the shultiv and the aris different? This is huge in life. Let's see here, this one. What's Moira Heter? Moira Heter, not this one, in English. He's taking stuff out of the Beis Medrash. He's Moira Heter, he's going to steig. Or, come on, it's not a big deal, I'll bring back the Gemaras tomorrow. People do that, they go to the Beis Medrash, takes far him out. Moira Heter, that's Moira Heter. How about this one? This is the animation of just 2 years ago where we came from. It's unbelievable. Look at his feet not moving because it's so hard to get a guy's feet to move. Look at that. It's crazy. It says Shalom Bayis, the guy's a millionaire. That's a big one. That's a big one. The guy's so wealthy, he couldn't care less if I just... You won't feel it. I'll just take a little bit. I'll drive his car and he doesn't know. Moira Heter, it's crazy, crazy, crazy. I couldn't believe this, but somebody told me last night this year that he also heard the same thing, so I'll say it over, even though it's a very, very strong member. Whether it's true or not, there's something to be learned from it. The Amshanover Rebbe was asked at a chuppah, should I take 2 koil guys or 2 balabatim? He says, take the balabatim. Because a koil guy is Moira Heter during the day. And as somebody that runs a koil, I'm not talking about my koil guys, but we don't pay them enough. We really don't. And what happens is, the guy says, listen, I barely get paid anything. They get paid $1,000 a month. Something you can't live on that. Everybody knows you can't live on it. He says, I'm getting $1,000, and he's going to tell me that if I come at 9:15, he's going to dock me 50 shekel today. That's what they do in Koilom, not by us, but they're going to dock. So, 50, who he's going to tell? They have all sorts of. I'm going to drink coffee now, and this, that. There's a certain. He says, better use of balabas. That's what he says. It's crazy to say. I'm just throwing it out there, whether it's true or not. People should be not Moira Heter at work. He barely pays me and he promised me a raise. So Mela, I could use my cell phone and schmooze for 4 hours now and play games on like this. That's a Moira Heter. So everybody, I'm saying Balabatim have the problem. Koil guys have the problem. He just said it at a chuppah. But at the end of the day, we all have that issue. Moira Heter is a Moira Heter. We do it with various v'chulu v'chulu. Okay. Should we do one more line? Just one more line. We spoke about this whole sugya that there's a taina and a kfira. Remember, but in order to make a shutaf swear, you need a taina of 2 kesef. Kiman kishmuel, right? We said over there that does the taina start off at 2 or 2 plus a little bit? A pruta. Kiman kishmuel. But what you tell me? This is. Rifka says that Allah is like Rab, makfiras taina. No, not the taina. What did he? How do you say kfir in English? Denial. In wartime, the denial was 2. He started off. You're right. According to Rab, he started off 2 and a 1. Why do you say 2? 2 is the denial has to be 2. Rabbi Isai Kirav, have a wonderful day.
Merit the zchus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.